Enjoy the frickin' presentation! Sir Topham Hatt was at his wit's end with Sir Handel's disobedience. He warned the engine to behave, or else he would send him away to work at the slate quarry for an entire summer. And then Sir Topham Hatt walked away. Sir Handel was grumbling to the other engines the next day. "It's time I had a rest," he said. "Passengers. Anyone would think we had nothing better to do than give them rides all day long." The engines glared at him. "You know what happened on our old railway when there weren't any?" Peter Sam warned him. "We had to close down. We're lucky here, if you ask me." "Well, I most certainly did not," snorted Sir Handel as he puffed noisily away. As he went about, he made a plan. A bolt holding the top part of his cab was loosened. He could feel it wobbling. "If I rock and roll as much as I can," he thought to himself, "I can shake my cab even looser. Then I shall have to rest while it is mended." "Steady there, old chap," cautioned his driver, as Sir Handel bucketed along. Sir Handel grinned to himself, and bounced more than ever. "I think Sir Handel is onto something," said Sir Handel's driver. Sir Handel was puffing down the line. He shook, and he shook, he shook, and he shook. He bounced so much that he nearly derailed himself at the middle station. Whoa! That was a close one. Alright, let's not be too boisterous, he thought to himself, and made an effort to quiet down after that. Further along the track, he tried to maintain quietness. However, he hit a particularly bad bump at some switches. Ouch! "Oh dear," he groaned. "What will we do now?" "Carry on with the train," said Sir Handel's driver sternly. "Skarloey and Peter Sam are up the line, and there isn't time to get the others ready." But, Sir Handel spluttered. It was no use. He had to keep going. This made him crosser than ever. Each time he puffed, his cab rattled, and then part of it caught on the chain which worked as whistle. Skarloey was waiting with his train at the loop. In the distance, he heard a strange noise. It sounded like an engine trying to whistle, but not quite managing it. The old engine was concerned. "I hope everything is okay," he thought. And then Sir Handel came into view. As he crossed each rail joint, a puff of steam came from his whistle. Skarloey tried hard not to laugh, but Sir Handel's crew cackled. They thought it was a great joke, but Sir Handel was furious. That evening, his driver and fireman mended him. "We're sorry we laughed," they said, "but your whistle chain caught on your cab, and the crosser you got, the more you rattled. And the more you rattled, the more you whistled." Sir Handel said nothing. His idea, he decided, hadn't been such a good one after all. Thomas's Branchline had been a subject of many events. During the summer, flying display shows are held at the station by the airfield. Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle, as well as special trains run by Toby and Percy respectively, are full of visitors coming to spectate. When the flying is finished, the visitors get into the trains again so Thomas and his friends can take them home. One day during the flying sessions, Thomas was concerned. Imagine getting yourself a stiff neck watching all of that. I got better things to do than see planes flying around. I think it's fun, said Percy. It must be nice to fly wherever you want. Pah! Scoffed Thomas. Who needs to buzz around like that? I'd rather have my safe rails, thank you very much. Later, Percy came to the yard with startling news. Guys! Cried Percy. Some men arrived at the airfield and were being taken up in an airplane so that they could jump out of it! Seriously? Spluttered Henry. That's ridiculous! Shouted Gordon. Well, why would they want to do that? Asked Thomas, incredulous of the thought. They got these umbrella things, said Percy. They open up, carrying the men down safely. Oh, those are parachutes, said Edward. They're the men from the army. They've come with a special training exercise. What stupid nonsense, grunted Thomas. With that, he said nothing else and went to sleep. The parachute exercise had been continuing the very next day, and a couple days after that, and a few days after that. One day, Thomas was having a drink at the junction. The station master came hurrying to the platform to speak to the conductor. Stop the train for a few minutes, please, he said. One of the parachute chaps had landed in the river. The best way to get him back to the airfield is by train. Serves him right, muttered Thomas. I've got a good mind not to wait for him. Now, Thomas, warned his driver. Remember where you would have been if Terence hadn't helped you out of the snow? You'd be stuck there, right? Thomas quickly took back his comment. Sorry, he said. We'll wait and get it back to the airfield safely. That's a good engine, smiled his driver. A few minutes later, the soldier walked along the platform looking drenched. The conductor helped him into Clarabelle, and Thomas set off again. Thomas reached the station quickly, and the soldier was helped off the train. His sergeant came to thank Thomas. That night, Thomas returned to the shed. "I'm glad I could help," Thomas told Percy. "You did the right thing helping that soldier when he was in trouble," smiled Percy. Thomas yawned and proceeded to go to sleep. However, it should come as no surprise that Thomas was still convinced that jumping off of aircrafts is just plain wrong.